Mayweather Logan Paul,
I wanted to ask you about that. You went to the fight. How was it?
allegedly.
Allegedly?
I guess it was cool. I mean, I wanted to be able to see Mayweather fight. I've never been able to see that, but having going there, this is my first time attending any kind of live fight. It's like if you're not, and I had good seats. If you're not in that front row, in that very first row, or that second or third row, you're looking at the screen.
That's a fact.
So I could have watched it at home. I could have gave Showtime their $70 or whatever the hell they wanted, instead of
And probably would have been more comfortable too.
I would have been way more comfortable. I'd have been home.
Yeah.
I would have had the food that I wanted. I wouldn't have to eat fucking hard chicken.
You know what's the difference though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what's the difference
like
though?
I couldn't.
The
And
energy in
it
the
sucks.
room.
You get no commentary at the fight.
You know, like
You know what I like though about going to live fights? The energy in the room is so different.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
The only energy
It's-
the energy is before the fight and being there. I love sports.
Mhm.
I'm not a big live sports fan
Me neither.
for the reason of that. I lose the comfort of being home, like you said.
And it's mad quiet. Even when you go to
You
basketball
talking about
games,
sports
it's not
events period, or you talking about the boxing
I'm
event in
talking about
itself?
sporting events, period. Like I've been to a few. The only sporting events I like to go to live is college football. Outside of that, is nothing like college football.
college sports
I
period,
hear
I
you.
think.
College sports, period.
Because like even if you watch college
I see.
basketball on TV, it's way more live than the
Yeah,
NBA.
it's
is.
way different.
For basketball, top row, bottom row. I like the top row because it's more active. Everybody is
You can see
yelling
everything.
and screaming.
Nah, that's
On
when
the
you
bottom-
Get, that's
on the
when you get
bottom?
in a fight. So I'm not with that.
No, they,
You see what I'm saying?
listen. The bottom is like more reserved, more
That's,
calm.
that's when
you know what I'm saying?
that's when you gotta throw niggas down. Like nah.
And so you say, oh yeah, all
Nah,
that.
because you laughing, but I've been to sporting events where I'm here repping my team, you repping your team, and it's like that turns into a thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
sharing on my team scores,
Yeah.
and you might be with 3-4 of your guys. You might have had one too many core
Becks.
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 You feel me? You might have had one too many Becks, and you might lose your fucking mind.
This
And you
is,
might.
this is what I feel like you. You know what I'm saying? This is what I feel like. I'm like, okay, I have my team. So what? I go to Knicks.
Oh, now you got your
Put
team.
my
man. I
Heat
go by
jersey on.
myself, nigga. I don't give a fuck.
I go to Knicks, and you know how passionate Knicks fans
Yeah.
are. And I go
Yeah.
my Heat
All
jersey.
Michael
I'm like,
Rappaports.
Nah, you out of your
Don't
mind.
talk about the Knicks.
I'm just
I'll
thinking
come
of
across
that.
the room. Do not talk about my Knicks.
I don't say nothing.
You guys are pathetic. I'm
sitting
sorry.
in my Heat jersey.
I-
They want to say something. I want to say something back.
Bro, everything
That's
is
it.
nah. You say I'm not saying nothing back.
Nah,
We just go
It's
ahead.
just-
You see
Because
this?
because we're in.
He don't want to say no.
Nah,
He's
because
gonna-
you
he's
know
gonna
why?
pound on me.
Because
He's
we're
gonna
in.
pound on me.
No, because you got this narrative where I just like to fight. No, because I don't bother anyone. I mind my business. I'm polite to everyone. I give people compliments.
See that.
But when people do shit to you, there's certain things that you know where it's gonna go already. So there's no point of sitting here pussyfooting around
Hold
and
on.
playing games. It's
This,
like
this is
we're
not what I
here.
just
This
said.
is
That
what it is.
this is not what I was just saying that we
What
do
about-
as men.
So you feel like just because somebody say something to you, you think
It
it's gonna
depends on
escalate?
it depends on what's being said and how it's being done. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact,
Like
too.
that's like if you go somewhere and you walk in. We all from New York. You know how it is. You can be sitting there and okay, cool. I'm rooting for this team.
Mhm.
The minute I root, somebody else get up and say some dumb shit like, man, fuck nigga. You not New York nigga.
Yeah,
Niggas
yeah,
would be
yeah.
like, man, I slapped the shit out of any Broncos fan
Okay.
Facts.
and start
That's-
wilding. So it's like, hold on, but I'm a Broncos fan. So what do you want me to do now? Not be a Broncos fan because you threatened to slap the shit out of the next Broncos fan?
It'd
No,
be like
I
that.
just say go Broncos.
So
Like,
with that,
you
with
understand?
that said, right?
So
'cause-
now we already know what we doing. Like so, when you get in between arm's reach, we just gonna handle business. There's nothing to talk about.
now, listen. You see what y'all talking about, right? As far as the energy with the fans and everything like that. Now, is that the same in a fight like this, right? Because when you talk about the Knicks and you talk about the Heat and all of these fans, these are fans with history and everything like that, like the teams and people actually are invested in them. That's a different type of fan that goes to Mayweather and Logan Paul. He wanted to see Mayweather fight. I think it's more of a mix. How is that crowd? Who are they? Who
Well,
are they?
see-
Because
well,
now
see-
that the shit changed.
Well, see, from my experience at the fight, it was pretty chill. Like it was more chill than I expected.
Yeah.
But the problem is, no matter what seat you have, everyone's kind of like going up to the front in the crowd to see the fight. So it's like
How did you see the energy though? As far as, is it a sports, or is it more the
Clout.
It was the cool. Yeah,
Clout.
it was the cool thing.
It was
to
the cool
be.
thing.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm into boxing. Like I like
Yeah.
boxing, so I really wanted to see the fight, and I wanted to see like the strategy for someone smaller fighting a bigger fighter. And I just wanted to see. I mean, I could have saw it at home, but I wanted to be there and experience it for the first time. And
Could do without it.
I could have did without it. I could have watched it at home.
Now,
could
do
definitely watch
you think?
So
Do y'all? Okay, what you was
I
about
was
to
going
say?
to say, do you think that? What do you being a boxing fan? I'm a big boxing fan myself. Do you think that it was good for the sport? That fight?
I don't want to
I
say.
personally don't really care. I don't think it was, but
I don't think it was good or bad for the sport. I mean, I think it was more or less entertainment. You know what I mean? Like, it's two people that enjoy fighting. One obviously has a more professional repertoire than the other, but I'm assuming Logan Paul enjoys boxing as well. He trains pretty hard. Yeah, I mean, they had fun. They all made money. No one lost.
I think that's what kind of.
That's how I see it.
I
Like,
kind of think.
if I see two people put in a position where they can make that much money, feed their families, and have a good time, I have
Yeah,
nothing to
that's
say about it.
no, and I feel the same
Nobody
way.
was hurt in the process of it. No
Yes.
harm, no foul. Everybody got paid.
Short term, I feel the same way about it because I want everybody to eat, especially the way things are. Like, if you could beat the system.
And we have to understand
And
that
beat the
wasn't.
system.
You gotta understand. They weren't two boxers fighting. They were two entertainers fighting.
Yes, that's a
Mayweather
fact.
is no longer
But
a boxer.
now,
He's
but
an
now,
entertainer.
but now, that's why I said short term. Now, long term, what does it do for the real people who it kind of causes?
Does it really matter? The real people got into it for a way to feed their family. So now, if it opens up a way for them to
Yes,
make
but
more
now,
money,
but
then
now
what's the
it doesn't
problem?
really matter about the skill, right? Because when a guy like Mayweather, yes, he can turn the button between when he's an entertainer and when he's a real boxer because he's been there through all the times when
Yes, he's
you
done the
actually
work.
had to do it.
Uh-huh.
So now Logan Paul, and I'm not taking anything away from him because he really had to put in the work.
He had to.
But look how he got there. He got to fight probably pound for pound the best person. And it's like I like it
He
because-
put
I
in,
think that's part of the. I think that's where a lot of people have an issue.
he put in the work in his area to be able to do it.
yes,
Yeah,
he
you get
got
what I'm
leverage
saying?
because
Right.
that's
So
he's a draw now.
His leverage came from him putting in the work in his field of work every day. It's the same reason why someone who wants to start a sports agency for the longest can't do it. But then Jay-Z, who's never played sports, has a sports
Facts.
agency because he's used his leverage from the work he's put in music
Yeah, facts.
and other business ventures to be able to do that here.
And that's where I'm
so
trying
you
to
can't
say,
really knock somebody.
no, I'm not, and that's what I'm saying. Short term, it's great, but long term, what does it do?
I think it hurts boxing.
Yeah,
You got to look at somebody like Floyd Mayweather is what 44 years old.
yeah.
I'll be honest with you, there's still guys that are in their 30s right now, and he'll wash them up. These guys will never get a chance to be a part of that big money fight. But then you got guys.
but he was never gonna fight him anyway.
I agree.
He's not a boxer anymore.
No, he's still a boxer. I don't care what
He's
you
an
say. The
entertainer.
reason why he's an entertainer, the only thing that makes him an entertainer is because he's fighting non-boxers. So,
But
you
he's
put-
choosing to do that.
No, he's choosing to do that, and
Okay.
he's choosing to do that because he knows he can.
He has
train-
leverage in all
he
these
can train for
situations.
3 days. He can train for 3 days, 3 weeks, and wash up any of these guys. That's what he's doing, and then make $100 million doing it. He couldn't do that with somebody that's still a professional boxer. He would have to put more work and time in, but he was starting to wash.
Or
them
he's
up.
gonna have to constantly fight the same guys, the Canelos, the
But I
Pacquiaos.
would rather see it.
You don't think that has its
Because I think
own
it's more
lane?
entertaining.
As
You
a
don't think
boxing
that has its
fan,
own lane though, because there's many celebrities in
But
Yeah, I think
but
it's
this-
cool.
but
The
this
reason why
is-
it's not entertaining because I know the outcome already. There was no way. If you know boxing, you know the outcome. You
most
knew-
people don't know.
But come on, you can't. If you listen, you can't be a realistic person and live on the planet.
Who's
Earth.
realistic?
I'm just you're right, and think that Floyd was going to ever lose this fight. Just like
There's a-
anybody would have thought
bro,
he
that
would
was a
lose the
debate,
record.
bro.
Huh?
There's a lot of people saying that shit.
No, they're haters. They want him to lose.
No, some people want, and some people don't know that much, and they were looking at how big, what's his name was, and all he had to do was probably get one punch. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people. Don't use your logic brain.
Yeah, we talking about logic brain.
Yeah.
Listen. Like Logan Paul, YouTube celebrity, started winning fights here and there. That's why people actually believe. I don't know why.
But he
People
didn't
actually
beat
believe.
anybody, bro. Like he didn't. Okay, I'll put you like this.
No, Jake Paul did.
Either one
Not
of
Logan.
them, they didn't beat anybody.
Not a professional boxer.
But
What celebrities and all of that, or other YouTube?
Because we know, we all know the toughest dude in the street, the one that talks the loudest and that, they don't got the hands to fight. So it's the same concept. I don't care. Like the problem I have with it, like I said, I don't have a problem with from people making money. I'm fine with that. But I think eventually it hurts boxing.
Yes.
Because what happens is it takes the draw and pulls it away from the real fights. You get that many people for this exhibition fight. You get what I'm saying? But then you got the real fights that get hurt. Don't get me wrong, boxing hurts itself because they don't make the best fights. But I just think that Floyd, he could, I thought you were gonna say something. Floyd, I just don't think Floyd, I think even at 44, he could still he's still getting in the ring and wash up 50 to 60% of that division.
Hell
And
yeah.
give us some fights that we want to see.
But you know what happened? You know what though? While I'm looking at it that way, I like it because it disrupts whatever that's fucking going on. And now there's different ways for the kid in the hood or, the kid from wherever that's boxing to actually get noticed faster because there's so many different people who have been boxing and putting in a lot of work and they go unnoticed. So rather I'll be a Jake Paul and I make this 10, 20 million this first fight and I don't have to keep putting my fucking life on the line. I think it disrupts everything because like now you got the MMA people and UFC, like the Dana Whites, you got their fighters like, shit, I need more money.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I like what it does.
Yeah, because
I
it's
like
like,
what it does.
yo, so these guys can make this much money and they have all these rules and sanctions and I could die in the ring and I'm getting paid 10 grand, 50 grand.
But how entertaining is it really? Let's be
So
real. Let's really believe.
But I think the market is always going to.
Sports, the first and foremost thing is entertainment.
Yeah, but it's not entertaining. That's what I'm saying. In my opinion, it's not entertaining.
I was entertained.
You was entertained. You couldn't even see the fight.
No, I did.
You had mad heads in front of you.
Pause. I was watching.
You could have did that at home too, but
I definitely could have.
With
But
the
I
heads,
enjoyed it.
the heads part,
That's the core thing.
the heads in front of
all
them part.
sports. It's entertainment. Now, this in particular, I feel like it's a niche. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah, it's a niche. It just Mayweather was out of boxing, fighting these celebrity YouTube guys, right? And it is boxing. That's boxing for, if anything, not to promote things how it was during the golden era of boxing. When you were amped up to see certain matches, that's their fault. They let the loophole to let these guys create their own thing and they make it $10 million. So they gotta do something.
I think you know
I
what
don't
though.
think the spirit of boxing, like true boxing fans, I don't think that disrupts it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it disrupts. You know what? I think it disrupts the people who are at the head that had a stronghold. I think it makes them weaker and they're losing the leverage.
Yeah,
I think that's what it does, and I think I'm fine with that.